If you're trying to find the best hearing aids, you would be dumb not to download this buyer's guide. Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog, and today I want to talk to you guys about my best hearing aid buyer's guide that's been updated for 2025. But before I get into this video, do me a huge favor, click the like button, it really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It is greatly appreciated. So, a number of years ago, I was searching the internet for a hearing aid buyer's guide. And what did I end up stumbling across? Well, a bunch of buyer's guides that were completely outdated and had really bad information, quite honestly. They were all very self-promotional, talking about a particular hearing aid that was the best because that was the hearing aid that they sold, or it was based off of a lot of bad survey data like you see with the Consumer Reports Best Hearing Aid Buyer's Guide. So you know what? I'm just like, I'm going to stop complaining. I'm just going to write my own. And so what was this? About 2022, I decided to start working on my own buyer's guide. And so I started asking myself, like, what type of information do I want inside of this buyer's guide? Well, I wanted there to be a lot of information about hearing loss, how to review your audiogram, what your audiogram's telling you, different concepts when it comes to hearing your absolute best, and then ultimately, what are the best hearing aids that are currently available on the market so you could at least have an understanding of what they are, even if I don't work a lot with those devices. And so what ended up coming out with this, and I actually worked with my audiology assistant at the time, which is Bree Cole. Bree is actually in her 4th year externship. She's about to become a doctor of audiology, but I owe her a huge thanks for helping to write this buyer's guide. And what we ended up coming up with is this guy right here. So this buyer's guide is like, I think 83 pages, and it is jam-packed with a ton of great information about all the best hearing aids that are out there. But more importantly, it talks about how you need to be deciding which hearing aid to go with. Because let's face it, you can get the best hearing aid in the world, but if you do not have a hearing care professional who follows comprehensive best practices, none of it matters anyway, okay? So there's a pretty big section inside if you're talking about all the aspects of best practices and audiologic care and all of that. But I also wanted to make it very informational about different features that you can find inside of hearing aids, different things that hearing aids are capable of doing. And when you download the digital version of this, I just had it printed off, you know, there's a lot of videos that I have recorded for you to actually go, click on the link, watch an actual video about said product, and learn a heck of a lot more than what you can get from just an 83-page buyer's guide. But the thing that I like the most about the buyer's guide is that I keep it updated. So every time a new hearing aid comes out, if I feel that that hearing aid is better than another hearing aid inside of the guide, I remove the hearing aid that it's better than, and I put in the new hearing aid, so it always stays up to date. This is very different from other hearing aid buyer's guides out there where they are constantly just giving you the same devices over and over and over again. This is a living document. I basically go to this every month or two to make sure that the information inside of it is still updated so you can constantly rely on it. If the hearing aid you're looking for is not in that guide, chances are it's not one of the better hearing aids on the market. Do what you will with that information, but make sure that you go all the way to the back of the guide, because in the back of the guide, you are going to see the best practice checklist. So if you're not going to a Hearing Up Network member, which I highly recommend that you do, by the way, by going to hearingup.com, you can print off the best practice checklist and make sure that the hearing care professional you go and see actually follows best practices, because you want to make sure that not only are they going to give you the best hearing aid for you, you want to make sure that they're fitting and programming that hearing aid in a way that you receive the maximum amount of benefit. Now I know you're wondering, where the heck do I actually get this buyer's guide? Well, down in the description of this video and the first comment, I'll pin the first comment, you can download the buyer's guide directly from there. It's actually on my Hearing Up website, but I'll make it easy for you. I'll just keep the link down in the description. But now I want to hear from you. How do you decide what the best hearing aid is for you? Do you do research on your own, or do you just rely on your hearing care professional's advice for what the best hearing aid is for you? Let me know down in the comment section.